everyone, and welcome to the Intellectuals, your educational program that is meant for the enlightenment of the humanity. Today on the Intellectuals, I have Saadat Aliyu, a young lady based in Kano, Nigeria, who has developed Helpio App, an Android application that is meant for reporting sexual abuse. Together with Fatima Muritala, who writes short stories, articles, and poems, she tirelessly listens and helps victims of sexual abuse. Be with us. Saadat Aliyu and Fatima Muritala, thank you very much for being here with us today on the Intellectuals.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let me begin by asking about your short biography, Fatima Muritala.
Okay. I had my primary and secondary school education at Gateway, and my tertiary education at Barry University, where I studied mass communication, and I'm currently on my MSc program. I'm also studying mass communication MSc. After NYSC, I had the opportunity to work with First City Monument Bank, FCMB, as a customer service support. Then I moved to being a journalist. I worked with Liberty TV. Then I moved to development space, where I worked as a communications person for Adam Smith International. So,
Yes.
the next, it has just all been communications for me. After working with Adam Smith International, I worked with a NGO which is currently sponsored by United Nations World Food Program as a communications person. Currently, I'm now on consultancies. I consult for some international organizations. I have consulted for international IITA and also Tetra Tech International Development. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, Saadat Aliyu.
I am born and raised in Kano. I attended primary school in Crescent International School, and I did my secondary school in Prime College. And then, later on I started doing Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, but later on I dropped to start my national diploma in computer science at Federal College of Agricultural Produce Technology. But after doing my national diploma, I took a break because the school didn't start doing their HNDs. So during that time, that was when I was able to clean up my skills in technology, and so I did HND later on in computer science. So I am a woman in tech advocate. I'm born in a family of 4 with my mom. My dad died when I was 2. So after I do Women in Tech Advocate, I do tech community building. I lead some of the I led and is leading some of the international organizations and national organizations here in technology, and also I do Android applications development. And also I founded Shamrock Innovations, a tech women and youth-centric innovations hub here in Kano.
Yes. You have created an application that is very helpful in terms of getting rid of the rape cases. Some people who don't know how to get access to the application, how could you explain to them?
Okay, so you can just you can go to Play Store, Google Play Store, and then you'll be able to see the application on Play Store. The name of the application is Helpio, Helpio. So if you install the application, then you can be able to use it in either English or Hausa. For now, yeah.
Okay, that's very good. It is sometimes whenever we want to do something, there is always something or someone that inspires us to do that particular thing. Where did you get the inspiration to create the application?
Okay, so the inspiration is actually from a lot of places, but because we know that this is something that is very rampant in the community, and there are a lot of things that happen that most victims don't get the justice they need, and even some people that are very close to me also didn't get the justice they need in terms of this. So I feel like, okay, how can I be able, because I know there are a lot of organizations that actually help when it comes to this. So, but the people, they don't know these organizations or how they can be able to reach out to these organizations. So that is how I say, okay, probably I can be able to use my own skills and see how I can be able to help the community.
Since the creation of the application, how many reports of rape cases did you receive?
Okay, so currently we have almost, since the creation of the application, because it didn't get the, what do they call it, the mostly, because we did it, I developed it, I put it on Play Store August 2020, but it didn't get the actually, this until March 2021. So it was actually, since from that time, we have almost now over 30 plus reports regarding this. In just a matter of 1 week, I'll say also, we got this number of reports. Yeah.
Yes, it happens in Nigeria, let me say. When we report a case to an organization that is responsible for taking care of that particular case, sometimes they either don't respond at all, or they respond the time that is not right. Okay? Do the organizations mentioned in the application respond to those who report the cases?
Yes, so we are also working on this, on the feature of the application, so that the users can be getting feedback. If you report, you'll be seeing, okay, what is the status of your report? Because we have to be getting that to see that, okay, is this case under review, or is it denied, or why was it denied? In case if the organization made some research on it and find it not, or if it is work in progress or something like that. Because we have to so that we can see, okay, these organizations, are they playing the role they said they're going to play on the application?
Yes, sometimes there is always a time to start a particular thing and a time to finish it. How long did it take you to finish the particular work?
Actually, I started the application during the lockdown, I think, and it was after, I think, around June. Yeah, so I finished it. So I finished it actually in just like 3 weeks or so. But when I posted the screenshot, so somebody on Twitter reached out to me. I was like, okay, I can help you redesign this. His name is Jeramil. So he said, okay, I can help you redesign the UI. So I was like, okay, please help me. So he did the UI, and I developed it again with the.
So he's not going to help you.
With the UI, he designed the UI, so I developed again implement that UI with him. So that's why it took me like 2 months to finish everything. So by August I was done with it.
The application is available in 2 languages, English and Hausa. Apart from English as our official language, we have 4 major languages in terms of population in Nigeria. For example, Hausa takes more than 63 million speakers, including the L2 speakers. And the Yoruba take over 42 million speakers, and Igbo at least 40 million people. And Fulfulde, for example, takes 15 million people speakers in Nigeria. Why did you decide to use only Hausa and English?
Okay, so actually it's not only, but it is what I have on my plate then, because even the people that want to help me with the editing and all, because initially to just see how I can make it easier for people I use Google Translate, but someone reached out to me also, Sadiq, and was saying, okay, let me help you do this editing. So it's not like it's restricted to Hausa only, but it's for the meantime to use Hausa, then later on we'll add more Yoruba and Igbo.
Yeah. Whatever we want to do in this life, along the way, we have to receive some challenges. What are the challenges did you receive when creating the app?
So while creating the app, actually, I was even before I started, I was worried that, okay, where will I find this organization? How can I be able to reach out to these organizations? And will they be able to help? And so, but I got 100% support from an organization that we started working with, ISOL. So they gave me like 100% support. So with that support, I even feel like, okay, I have to finish that. But afterwards, it's during the COVID-19 lockdown and all, it was emotionally not okay then, but I'm not emotionally not okay, but apart from that, actually nothing during the creation of the application, but afterwards is getting the organizations on board. That is actually because as at before this, I think we just have 2, but now we're having more organizations coming on board.
That's great. At present, How many people do you think are using the application?
So we have almost like 4,000 downloads. So yeah, so and and I think about 3,000 plus active users. So I think that the application is getting used.
So we of course do things sometimes to earn some money for a living, and sometimes we do it to help the society. Do you get some money from the users?
No, actually, the application is totally free. Yeah.
Okay, we sometimes change our mind. Do you intend to make it to earn some money in the future?
To be honest, I don't know if I can answer that, but this is something that is done out of the goodwill of the community, and but maintaining the application and seeing how to get the support. Maybe ads will be added on the platform or something like that.
Yeah, the actual creative people sometimes when they create a particular thing, they don't stop there. They start thinking about other particular things. Do you intend to launch another application?
Yes, surely, inshallah. Yeah, definitely. It's an understanding.
Okay, about other thing.
Yes.
Okay, that is great. So, thank you very much for this. Okay, well, we have got a lot to talk about with these great personalities here with us today. But before that, let's go for a short break. Welcome back. We've been talking about the application that Saadat Aliyu has created. Now, this is the second part of the program. As humans, when something happens to us, Fatima Muritala, we sometimes have to feel something, whether negative or positive. How do you feel when you hear a rape case?
It's a whole lot. Every human should feel bad. Mostly I feel bad. Being raped is it's not a good thing. It's something that traumatized, destabilized someone for a lifetime. Having listened to some persons that have been victims of rape, I know it's something that can never go. Like, it has to be there. It's still there. It keeps this scar on one for life. In cases of rape, some people have become too sexually active. Some people in the process, they become lesbians. Some people, they don't even want to get married. They don't get attracted to the opposite sex again. Because how they were sexually abused, the manner at which they were abused. So it's something no one in the right sense, no one that has humanity in him or her can really feel good about. It's a bad thing. It's one thing that no one should ever pray for. No matter how strong you are mentally, physically, emotionally, once you have that experience of being raped, there's just this scar on you for life that you carry forever till death. So it's something I don't pray anyone should ever come in contact with.
Yes, Saadat Aliyu, how do you feel?
Yeah, I think Fatima actually says sums of everything, because as a human, because even if you are not a woman or a girl, at least if you have a sister or daughter or mother, you have to feel that you have to feel something about this, knowing that it's something that is it's traumatizing, actually.
Yes, when it comes to rape cases, some people, including the Islamic scholars, blame women for dressing indecently. What is your response to them? What is your response to them?
Honestly, I have had the opportunity to discuss with intellectuals on this particular question just asked, saying it's how one dress. What about babies of 3 months, 6 months that have been sexually harassed? Was it the way they dressed? Do they have anything on them that makes them look attractive? I will say this and I will keep saying it. It is not the way they dressed. I've always said this. I said, there are places that if one wants to sexually be satisfied, there are places for these kind of things. You go there and get sexually satisfied. But now when you look at someone else that doesn't have feelings for you, you're not married to that person, and you want to have something to do with them sexually, I feel that is beyond human control. I feel it's devilish.
Yes.
Because if you can go back to some months ago, it was just going around that babies were being raped. What about them? How were they dressed? A baby that is on diaper, how was the person dressed? Okay, now talk about how they were being dressed. We have so many Islamic sisters, mothers, they have been raped. Some of them while coming back from school, some of them even in their houses. So, how were they dressed? It is never the way a lady, a woman, a baby is being dressed. It is that thing and that person.
Yes,
that
Saadat,
makes them
do you accept that?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And even if you're going to look at the Islamic perspective, like saying men should lower their gaze also,
gaze,
and then even though it says women should dress modestly, but also the men should lower their gaze. So if that dressing is provocative for you, and so you have to lower your gaze at least to live, so that you couldn't look so much into something that would lead you into doing something.
Yes, when it comes to the children, a case about children being raped, some people blame the carelessness. They talk about they say it is about the carelessness of the parents. Do you accept that?
Yes, 30% I do. Because in some cases, I have had someone reported directly to me on her baby being raped. Then I asked her how, what happened. He said a neighbor of hers came to the house to play with the baby. So she told, because she was trying to do something, so she told the neighbor to please go with the baby, that she can bring her little quickly finish one or two. Then when the baby came back, she noticed her baby was being raped.
Oh my God.
The baby came back, she was trying to pee, but she was crying. She was like, okay, let me check, let me change the diaper, because it is believed that when babies cry, it's either they have urinated or they have physics on them. So let her change the diaper. Then she saw blood on her baby. Just to look at the baby, she saw the whole thing there, not good looking. So she tried to reach out to the person was nowhere to be found anymore.
Oh my God. Saadat, do you believe that it is the carelessness of parents?
Yeah, it's also a factor.
Oh my God.
Because so most of the times we get access to your baby is very small, so why would you leave it? No, it's not like a 3-year-old or even 5-year-old or 6-year-old that you said, okay, maybe they went somewhere, you don't know, that kind of stuff. But a baby, I think, yeah.
Yes, this reminds me of a case in a quarter. I don't want to mention the place, that I was walking on a street. At that time was 11 o'clock during the night, and I saw a young girl of more than at least 80 years old. She was walking to buy something in a shop. And that time I accept the idea that it is the carelessness of the parents.
Honestly.
Yes. So, the next question, a research was conducted that 90% of the abusers are known to the victims and the family.
Yes.
Do you believe that?
Yes. I know someone who a cousin of theirs raped the 4 sisters. And our brother was also raped by a cousin. Because these people that come close to us, they know us. They can't just have access to our life directly.
Is the percent not too much? 90%?
Yes, 90%.
Because, I think
This
also, stranger cannot just come, because since from childhood you are being
direct.
told to be careful with strangers and all, so you get more comfortable with somebody that
family
is very
members,
close to you.
neighbors.
Yes, exactly. In December 2019, Mr. Pauline Talon, Nigerian Minister for Women Affairs and Social Development, claimed that about 2 million Nigerians, mainly women and girls, are raped every year. 2 million. The figure is not yet proven. But do you think that the number of rape cases are decreasing now?
I can't say it's decreasing. As long as these people are out there, they do things they do, and in a country like Nigeria that doesn't have any policy guiding people that will be victims for this, I think it is actually increasing. It's not decreasing.
It is not decreasing?
No, it is not.
Yeah, I don't think, especially during after this
so.
COVID-19
Honestly.
pandemic, I don't think it is.
Okay, do you believe that poor women and girls are more at risk of being raped than those who came from the wealthy family?
Yes, I do. I do believe they are. Because, for instance, let's say We have a rich person, he has his house, he has his gates. So any person that is coming into the house must definitely have a relationship with that person, and no random person can just come into the house. You get? But a person that is trying to live, trying to survive, anybody can just come into the house. Yeah,
Yes.
you get?
So maybe I can say
accessible.
maybe since with strangers, maybe the family members can come in inside your house. But I guess this is going to work when it's going to say the strangers raping, outsiders raping your own, because you can close your gates. I believe that you can close your gates and everything, but the perpetrator can be somebody very close to you. Maybe somebody, like you said, the cousin of somebody raping. How will you know that? So I think it is because negligence also one, but for those that are really negligence.
Okay, when Nasir El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, approved the law of castration and the punishment for the rapist, Senator Shehu Sani said to the BBC that the law would not change anything. Do you believe that it is allowed? You accept the punishment for the rapist as castration?
Honestly, I do 100%.
100%.
Yes, I do. If I know that I would be punished, now the pride of a lifetime pleasure, I would not do certain things.
You accept
At
it,
some
sir?
level, honestly, at some
Yeah.
level, it will decrease whatever is going to happen, whatever the bad intent one have, to decrease it. And trust me, we will record low rape cases.
I believe if the perpetrators, the criminals will get just, the problem is it's increasing. I believe it's increasing because they don't get the, because they don't get.
Because they are let to go
Yeah.
free.
Yes, they normally do that. So
Yes.
at least if there's
The
justice.
president of Tanzania, John Magufuli, who some people say died of heart attack. Now a woman who was his vice president is the president of the first female president in the country. Do you think we need a woman to be the next Nigerian president?
Trust me, Nigeria have not gotten to that level. Do you know why I said so? I don't know. To my best level, to my best understanding, I don't think there have ever been a vice president in Nigeria that's a female. Now, secondly, I think what women should actually be looking out for now is being inclusive in government politics. Now, they should understand politics to a certain level to want to rule the country. They can't just, because I believe politics is systematic. You have to understand the system, be in the system in order to take charge of the system. So you just cannot go there. Women should include themselves in politics, government. They should know more about policy making, decision making of the country, both socially, economically, before they can actually become a head of state or whatsoever to control a state. That's
So-
my take. Women are not yet ready.
Yes,
Yes, they will be ready when they get
I believe,
into government.
to me, honestly, I believe it's just more of the, stigmatization also, especially here. If a woman is seen, even if she's a normal, close to anything that has to do with politics, she'll be stigmatized. That, okay, this one, she's, so many names, the people will be calling her names and all. So when I saw this news and I saw a lot of people, when I say people, Arewa people, hailing her, I was like, okay. Will you still keep this energy if
When
it
it
is
comes down
when
here.
when it comes down here, you see a normal Arewa lady with the hijab being a governor or
Yes,
something
yes.
like that? Will you still keep? That's what came to my mind, because I don't think it's we don't
But
know.
to me, I feel we have gotten to a stage that one shouldn't really think about what the other person said about me.
Yes.
If you feel there's an actual call, there's an action plan, just let it just start.
Yes.
Do whatsoever that will get you to that place. You want to make a decision. I know you have to follow a process. Get into the process.
Yes.
We have gotten to say that we don't really need to listen to what one is saying. As long as within you, you know what you want to do is actually right by you, and before the eyes of any other person that is rational, you know that thing is right. Then
Yes.
there's no
It
need.
says a piece of advice is like a second mother to a child.
Yes.
Do you have a piece of advice for the parents?
Yes, I do. I would say I'm a mother of 2 children.
Yes.
I would say if there's anything any mother can do or give to a child is love. And when we talk about love, we talk about sacrifices, a whole lot of sacrifices. You have to sacrifice more, you get. Now, my piece of advice is, I know women, we want to get into the game, we want to earn more, we want to do more. But once you start having children, honestly, at least for the first 1 to 5 years, I feel you should just take a break from so many
Yes,
things.
what is your advice, Saadat?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say just as a woman, you should, for parents also to give the word proper care, training, home training and all.
Yeah.
Yes, Fatima, do you have a role model, somebody you look up to? Who is your role model?
Okay, her name is Taraji.
Okay, Taraji.
Taraji PMT.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
she is my
Saadat?
role model.
Yeah, okay, I have a role model when it comes to my mom is my role model one.
Okay.
And then when it comes to other women doing amazing things, I find Amina J. Muhammad a great person. So yeah.
Yes, Saadat Aliyu and Fatima Muritala, I have no word to thank you. And those who are watching us, I am Bashir Shabu Jammaje, saying thank you for watching and see you next time for another fresh edition of the show.